went to World Market and I got a bunch of little goodies. And by a bunch, I mean there's 4 things in this bag and 2 things out of the bag. And we're gonna give it all a little try. And I'm excited. And it better be good because some of this stuff was really expensive. And by some, I mean one product was $8. What candy needs to be $8? Riddle me this, Batman. So there's a couple of gummies, a couple of chocolate things, and a soda. And I was thinking maybe let's start with this soda. So this is the only thing I can read on this is sparkling watermelon. It is a sparkling watermelon soda. It is Korean, I believe. It also says excess calories. And where's the other? Oh, high in sugar. I've never seen those like warning labels before, and the warning labels are in Spanish. So it's a Korean drink with warnings in Spanish. I don't know. I thought it looked fun. I really hope it's more like an actual watermelon soda and not watermelon sparkling water. Which Korea is crazy. Oh. Smells good. Mmm. Mmm. I don't know if I like that. I don't know how to, like, describe the taste. It's so unbelievably fake that, like, yeah, I think it is super sweet too. Like, it's so sweet to the point where it tastes like I'm drinking watermelon flavored frosting. Like, that's what it tastes like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think this could be some people's cup of tea. I don't think it's mine. I really don't think it's mine. I'd give this like a 4 out of 10. Guys, the next thing that I got, I've actually been wanting to try these for a while. They're called Haribo Picoballa. These are gummies that are, they're like small little gummies that kind of look like licorice, and they're filled with maybe like a fondant of some sort. But it just seems like the mouthfeel is gonna be really nice. And I'm a huge mouthfeel person.
Huh?
Like, I need something to feel good in the mouth while I'm eating it. There's a couple different colors. This one is yellow with yellow and blue. They just look like little chewy candies. Mmm. Mmm. This one's red with yellow and blue. It's very much so like a cut up sweet tart rope. That's what this reminds me of. And then the other color is a green with yellow and pink. Orange. Wow, that green one was my favorite. Mmm. It feels like fondant. You know how fondant feels? It's like a super, super soft taffy with like a very soft, like gummy outside. I would give this like an 8 out of 10. Those were great. I will for sure be finishing those. These, I'm for sure gonna be finishing because this was $8. This was more than $8. I have the receipt. This candy was $8.29. $8.29. The problem is that all of the other the selection for candy was not very good. I feel like usually World Market has a very big selection, but they didn't. These are by Bon Bon. It is a Swedish candy company. These are their sour blackberry fish, which are gluten-free and vegan. Wow, product of Sweden. I do know that this brand was like trending for sure. And so that's probably why they're expensive. But I just really wanted to try something like that I was hopefully gonna like. Because I don't want to waste stuff. And these looked really good. And the rest of the selections were not it. Nice catch! Growing up in Sweden, one of summer's absolute highlights was to see the blackberry-filled garden go from yellow to green to lusciously black. Then you knew that you were merely days away from having homemade jam for another endless summer. Picking the black gold off the thorny bushes could be a dangerous activity for anyone, but not for these well-trained youngsters. With surgeon-like precision, they effortlessly filled their baskets with their dad, before bringing their takes home to Mom and her boiling pot of sugar. Every pancake day for the rest of the summer, they would be reminded that thorny challenges are followed by sweet rewards. What the? Poetry. Anyways, let's try these sour blackberry fish. I'm actually really excited for these. I think they're going to be... Look at the amount of sour powder on this thing. I think they're going to be really good. I have high hopes. And I should preface that I am sensitive to sour things. Wow. Oh my god. That's amazing. I have never had a gummy with this texture. It's like I'm eating like solid jam. Like it's not sticky in my teeth, but it's not hard. Wow. No, it's actually not sour at all. But that, like, big mouthful of sour powder was a lot. Oh my god. How did they do that? That's a 9 out of 10. There's a little bit of, like, a weird... kind of earthy aftertaste that kind of reminds me of dirt. But it makes me think that it's really fresh. Contains coconut. Oh, there's coconut oil. I was like, what the fuck? That is so good. Oh, you know what? It was worth the $8. You know what? I actually can't say that. I don't think any candy is worth $8. I don't think there's a single candy that is worth $8. Also, I don't have a napkin on me. All right, guys, the next item that I have is actually just an Aero bar. Now, I know that America, like, sells Aero bars now. I've seen them in, like, regular grocery stores, I'm pretty sure. But the reason why I got an Aero bar is because there's actually a story. I went to Canada. And when I went to Canada, I wanted to just, like, buy a bunch of snacks and stuff, because that's my favorite thing. Like, I love going to different places and trying new snacks. Like new foods and new snacks. I want candy, I want chips, like all of it. And I bought an Aero bar when I was in Canada, and I brought it back to my apartment in Seattle. And that week, the temperatures were in the 90s, and we had no air conditioning. And we had one tiny little box fan that was trying its hardest to cool down our apartment that was on the top floor of the apartment building. And the Aero bar melted. The Aero bar melted, and when you melt the Aero, the air goes away. So it was just like a brick of chocolate. So I'm excited to try this now. I actually, because I was so like scared of this melting, I've kept it in the fridge till right now. Because I wanted to make sure that it stayed solid so we can actually try it. Because I'm excited. This bar is now 4 years in the making. It's little bubbles. I'm gonna break one off so you can see the inside. That's what it looks like on the inside. Whoa! It tastes like chocolate. The texture is amazing. It's amazing. It melts in your mouth immediately. It is super airy. But it is just chocolate. It's good chocolate. But it is just chocolate. Well, it's Nestle chocolate. So, not as good as Lindt or Ghirardelli. But, like, better than Hershey's. It's good. I give Aero bar... There's melted chocolate on my fingers. I'm gonna have to go wash that off. I give Aero bar a 7 out of 10. It's just chocolate. But I do like the texture a lot. Guys, next up, we have Hit Cookies. I know that we have, and by we, I mean me. I know that there's a couple of you out there that are from Poland. And I've had one of my viewers before talk about Hit Cookies and how much they loved them. And I found them at World Market. And so I thought, maybe I should give them a try. There is a little tab that, like, is telling me to open. Oh, I'm just supposed to open it all the way down? I'm confused. Ah. This is what it looks like. It smells. Packaging 0 out of 10. Actually, yeah. Ooh. It just smells like one of those, like a tea biscuit. And it tastes like that, too. It's fine. Yeah, I think if I was dipping this into, like, tea or coffee or milk, it would be a lot better. It's really just, like, a dry little cookie. And I mean, like, really dry. I mean, it tastes good. It's not too sweet. It's not too sweet. It's not too much of anything, really. The taste is very mild. And it's pretty dry. And yeah. I feel like American pre-made foods and stuff have dulled our senses to every other sweet food across the globe. I don't know. If you asked me if I'd rather have an Oreo or this, I'm gonna pick Oreo. 100% of the time. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed in these cookies. I'm gonna just like... so dry. It's like reminiscent of a saltine cracker. I think if I took Nutella and put it in between two saltine crackers, it's a very good description for these. I'll probably eat all of them. They're not bad by any means. But I'm a little disappointed. I give Hit Cookies a 5 out of 10. A 5.5 out of 10. It is like the crackers that have the peanut butter. That is a really good... Yeah. Alright. Last thing I have to try is actually something that I'm kind of really excited for. I believe this is another Korean snack. And it is a... I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. I'll be honest. Chocolate-flavored rolls. They look like little tiny croissants. They also had just like a regular, like kind of butter flavor one. But I got the chocolate one because I like chocolate. So I'm excited to try them. Whoa. Whoa. What was that smell? What was that? Oh my god, it's so strong. Why does it smell like that? I've actually seen videos of these before and I really wanted to try, but holy... Wow. I feel like I just got punched in the face. Why is it so strong? These smell insane and like not in a good way. It is the most overpowering chocolate scent I've ever smelled. I've never smelled something like this in my life. You know when you smell like coffee grounds and it's super pungent? It's like that, but chocolate. Like holding it here is like insane. Okay, this is what they look like. They look like little chocolate covered croissants. What is that? What is that? What is that? It tastes like kettle corn. It tastes like chocolate dusted kettle corn, which isn't bad. The flavor's so interesting. I don't know how to just I just described it. It tastes like chocolate coated kettle corn. There's like this very weird sweetness to it that like I wasn't expecting. I was expecting the sweetness to come from the chocolate. The chocolate has like no sweetness. I think it's just cocoa powder. I don't even think it's like chocolate. Like I think it's just cocoa powder. Like bitter cocoa powder. It is. So, no. It's very sweet. But the sweet flavor isn't coming from chocolate. It's coming from, like, an outer, like, sugar. What I'm assuming how they make these is they puff. I believe it's corn. Yeah. They puff corn, right? Which is probably why it tastes like popcorn. They puff corn into this, like, croissant shape. And then they coat it in, like, a fructose syrup of some kind. And then they dust it in cocoa powder. And all you taste is that, like, sweet coating with an aftertaste of corn. So it just tastes like... Yeah. It just tastes like whatever syrup they use. I'll probably eat the bag because it's not like terrible. But it does just taste like chocolate kettle corn, and I am not the biggest fan of kettle corn. Man, I'm actually kind of really upset. I'm gonna give these, like... like a 5 out of 10. Anyways, that's all the snacks that I have. Overall, I'm kind of disappointed. These were both great. These were both great. This was amazing. This was amazing. I can't recommend it because it was $8, but this was amazing. And these were really good. I will be eating all of these for sure. I'll be eating the rest of the Hit cookies and the Aero bar. Maybe the rest of the croissant rolls. I will not be drinking the rest of that soda. I hate to say it. Yeah, this was the soda, and it tasted like watermelon frosting. Yeah, I don't like that soda. It really does taste like watermelon frosting. Did I give that a 4 out of 10? That's a 3. That's a 3. Anyways, that's all I have. I'm gonna go rinse the chocolate dust off my fingers and also probably go put this Aero bar back in the fridge because I do not want it to melt. And I'll be right freaking back.